was your flirting game? Yeah, mine too. A bit rusty, maybe, do you think? Maybe you're in a long, happy relationship and you think, if I had to flirt again, I would be doomed. That's the way that I feel, to be honest. If you think, though, that dating is just for the young, think again. Dating, of course, it doesn't have an expiration date. More and more people are finding love and connection later in life. Whether you're newly single or you've now decided that you're ready to put yourself out there, it's a part of life that can be exciting, also quite daunting and full of surprises. Today, we are diving into the challenge and the tips for finding meaningful relationships with relationship expert Teresha Young. Teresha, it's lovely to have you back with us. How are you?
Sophie, I'm doing well. It's good to be back. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Now, I think the word flirting sends terror into people, Teresha.
Yes.
What do you think? I mean, is it an absolutely terrifying prospect for people?
It can be, and as you said, it really depends upon your flirting game. So, for example, Sophie, I really love hearing your dulcet tones in the morning. It really, truly brightens up my day. How was that for my flirting game?
I liked it. You know, it was unexpected, but I enjoyed it. You know, so is compliments the way forward?
It is, and that's the thing. We can be so focused on how we feel in it, but less about how it makes the other person feel. And that puts on internal pressure. You felt good by that, so that's a good feeling. It takes the pressure off me. So this is where we have to be able to think about it's just a playful exchange. And when we can put aside the need to perform or getting it right and just being in flow, being your authentic self, we can go out there and we can start to give compliments with confidence.
Okay, I like this. I mean, and obviously we're talking about if you are, maybe you're newly single, maybe you've separated, maybe you've been widowed a long time and you've decided actually now is the time that I want to put myself out there. It can be weird because maybe you feel like you have not done that flirting thing for such a long time. Because I think, you know, like you said, the compliments, I compliment people all the time, but it doesn't mean I'm flirting with them. So how do we put that slant on it?
And that's the thing, is how everybody defines flirting. People have their own definition of what it means to flirt. So if you have been out of the game for a little while, you're trying to get yourself back into it, you can go ahead and you can start by starting small, I would say. So friendly interactions in everyday life. Now, you can chat with a retail worker and give them a compliment. I would say, however, when you are giving compliments, be as specific as possible.
Okay.
Rather than saying things like, you look nice, tell that person why they look nice. Like, you really look nice today. I love the way how your shirt brings out the colour in your eyes. Because it makes that person feel really special and unique. So if you're having a chat with a retail worker, popping into your local supermarket, for example, you could say to them, look, I really enjoyed this conversation today. It has really brightened up my day and put a smile on my face. You're being very specific about it. It's not just a blasé compliment.
Okay, that's good, because then I suppose it shows that you put some effort in. You've actually thought about it rather than just a blanket statement. I suppose, I mean, it feels like flirting and dating has changed a lot. So if you are now, you're newly single and maybe you haven't been single and on the dating scene for decades. I mean, how has it changed, do you think?
It has changed, and particularly during the pandemic, when we were so isolated, we had less social interaction. So it's been very difficult for people who have been out of the game for a while, and because of the pandemic, to actually feel confident, because we are not showing up as our true self. And I really think it's important that people don't go out there trying to perform, because that puts some pressure. It's not about having that external validation. It's about you being your true self. Who will get it, will get it. Who doesn't get it, won't get it. We will align with the person and we will match with the person who is right for us. So I think when we can let go of some of that pressure and just show up as yourself, all of your quirks, whatever is showing up for it, really truly embrace yourself. So it's understanding what you want to feel when you are flirting and how you want to receive that flirting too, because it can go left, Sophie. No, there's so many people who are awkward or inappropriate. Some people are too touchy-feely. You don't want nobody to touch you. So it's really about reading the cues of the other person too.
Well, that's the thing, because it's one thing to do the flirting, but to be on the receiving end of flirting, whether whether you're interested or not, that's the thing. It's always a gamble, isn't it? You don't know how the other person's going to feel. I love this. Tim the Gardener's just got in touch. He said, my flirting game is top notch. And then he goes, actually, I lied. I would not know if someone was flirting with me unless they came up and told me face to face or smacked me around the face with a wet fish to get my attention. It's hard to know what's the difference, isn't it? And also how to receive that compliment, because I think us Brits, we're bad at receiving compliments, aren't we? Like someone might go, oh, you look nice, and then you go, you too, and you haven't even thought about that. Do you know, you just panic.
Oh, you do, because we don't know how to receive it. And when we start to, I think in order to receive compliments and for it to feel comfortable, we have to start really being proud of ourselves and start celebrating ourselves a bit more. Start giving ourselves that self-validation, because we tend to be looking for validation outside from other people. So start by complimenting yourself. Oh yeah, I look good today. You know, I'm feeling. So start feeling good about yourself. Okay. So therefore, you can start to receive it from other people, because we're not very good in this country at doing that. So how can you know if somebody's flirting with you? That's a really good question. So if you feel, it depends upon the environment, of course. So if you are intentionally going out there and you're on a date, it's more than likely that there's going to be some flirting going on. Yeah. So it's about context, really. So if you are in the supermarket, somebody may be flirting with you because it's going to show in their body language too. So that's a difference as well. Online flirting and in-person flirting is going to look very different, because when you're online or on telephone, you're not going to get a chance to see their body language. But body language is a huge clue. So, for example, if they're leaning into you or getting close and they have a relaxed posture, that's a good sign that they could be flirting with you. Okay. If someone is looking deeply into your eyes, and please don't give the death stare at all.
It's a slippery slope. It's a fine line there, isn't it?
It's a fine line, exactly. It's not about looking, or I'm going to call it creepy. Yeah. Eye contact is really good, and a smile. Those tend to be the signs that somebody is flirting with you. Communication, a lot of it is through our body language. Now, if you feel called to mirror that person's tone and mirror that person's body language, then you've got an exchange. It's going to flow really natural.
I mean, that's good. That's a good thing. So you want to do it both, don't you? I'm thinking as well, if maybe someone's listening to this and they're not newly single, they're not looking for a new love, but maybe they've decided, actually, I haven't flirted with my other half for a while. I mean, is that a different thing? I mean, I feel like if my husband all of a sudden he started churning on the charm, I'd be like, right, what are you after? What have you done? Do you know what I mean? That's the thing that would be, wouldn't it? So how can we do a little bit of flirting in our own relationships if we want to?
Yes. So again, like what you said, Sophie, if it feels a bit out of the blue, it's actually calling it out and just saying, oh, are you flirting with me? What's going on here, really? But if you want to start with that playfulness, I think it's really acknowledging to say, look, I really missed a bit of playfulness in our relationship. Would you feel open to us having a bit more playfulness, having some playful humour, some playful conversation? Because you need to understand what wasn't there in order to be able to have it there again, in order to replace it. So if you are missing it, to say, look, I really miss that spark. How can we get that back? And then it may be a bit of flirting, a bit of teasing, because you may get that person, your partner, saying, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, exactly.
Where does this come from? But actually explain why you're doing it, because otherwise what we're going to feel is rejection. If they turn around and you're trying, but they don't understand what's your meaning. Why are you doing this? But actually explain what you're doing and why you feel it might be helpful for the relationship.
Amazing. They're such good advice. We'll all be putting our best flirting game on. Specific compliments is the aim of the game that we're going for here. Teresha Young, thank you so much. Daytime's relationship expert. It's brilliant to have her back on the show. I'd love to know what you think of that. Are you going to try on the charm with the other half? Or maybe you're off on, I don't know, speed dating across the county? Get in touch with us. 08000 321 333. Start your message with the word Kent.